I'm CK. Tonight we've got another kit from Velleman. It's their infrared remote checker. I assume you aim your remote at it, it'll show you the coding in it, which sounds kind of fun. So we'll see how it goes together, see how it works, and see if we learn something from it. And I hope you enjoy the video. Let's see what's in the package. Infrared soldering kit, level 1, so easy. Simple operation for LEDs, indicate remote. Low power consumption, 9-volt battery, which I've got on my thing somewhere. Simple parts list. And we'll open her up. And we'll get the box ready for recycling. And let's take a look. Here's the circuit board, such as it is. None of the values are on the board, so we're going to have to look at the parts list. There's a switch. Just note, mentions that here's the receiver, infrared receiver, and you have to be about 5 centimeters away with your remote. And as is typical with these Velleman kits, we'll be putting the battery box on the back, so it'll be like a little kickstand for it, even though this one's not really great because the holes are a little low, but that's okay. Yeah, just like this one I built the other day, same kind of thing. Let's see what the paper says. Here are the resistors, some caps, diode, phototransistor, regular transistor, switch, and a battery holder. So you don't even need a microcontroller, just all transistors. I'll open the bag in my brute force way. Take a look at the parts. Now here are all the resistors. It's important to note that Velleman, these are not all the same value as you might expect. No, these are all the resistors you're going to use, but in the order you're going to use them. So starting from the top here, just double checking. Yeah, starting from the top, you'll go down the list, which is nice. Transistor, are these all the same? I don't think they are. No, 2 557s, and of course the photo. Diode. No, yeah, 1 547 and 2 557s. So we'll get the soldering iron heated up, and we'll get this thing put together. I'm not even going to cut the cameras this time. I usually do cut the cameras, but there's nothing going on here very much, so we'll just whack it all together. Put one resistor on in real time so we can see how it goes. This will be R1. Down here. Just as a consistency note, I like to put my resistors in so the first value band is either pointing up or pointing to the left. You don't have to do that. It just makes it easier for me when I am troubleshooting something later on. I know I don't have to guess which end of the resistor to start looking at colors. And typical for a Velleman board, they're not through-hole plated, but they take solder pretty well. So that worked fine. Now we'll put the rest of the resistors on and go into fast playback and enjoy resistor time. All the resistors are on. Now we'll do the regular diodes, and the shaded portion of the silk screening also has the flat side, which shows that that is the cathode side or negative side of the LED. Now the center LED, as we saw on the schematic, the center LED is this one that is always going to be on when there's power, just to let you know that there's power. I just did one leg of each LED, and they're all kind of scraggly and sticking out. So it doesn't matter, because I would just go put my index finger on them, reheat that pad, and you may be able to hear them clicking as they hit the board. This one could be a little straighter. Oops, I wasn't pressing on the right LED. There we go. These are all little cattywampus. Now we can do the other leads. Now our little photo transistor. And while we're here, I'm going to go ahead and put the transistors, the other transistors in. So the 4-7 goes at T3. Oh, and heck, may as well put the capacitor in here too. Should be a 104, I think. Oh no, it's 470 nano. And since we're on a roll, put the switch on too. That one I'm going to get another piece of foam to make sure it kind of stays flat. Solder up all these connections. Now we'll solder the battery box on. Black and red, as is traditional, and of course one of them came out when I was talking, because that's what they like to do. I could have trimmed the leads down on those, I just didn't care. Now, take our little screws, what kind are they? They are cross tip. Put one of them through there. Being kind of broad, I'll just kind of get it started. Okay, now, it doesn't use all 3 screws, it only uses 2, there's another hole there. And just snug them down. You don't want to gorilla tighten them down because it's metal going into plastic. Now we'll put a battery in it. I think this has got a charge. I'm going to turn it on, see if the center LED here lights up. It does. So let me go get a little remote. Back in half a second. I'm going to turn this light off also. Here's a little infrared remote. So when I trigger it, this photo transistor should flow some current through, and those other LEDs should light up. I'm not sure that is a IR remote. Let me go try. Oh, you have to get okay, you have to get really close. I'm putting the end of the, let me come down a little bit. I'm putting the output of the remote right on top of the photo transistor. So this 5 centimeters is not really accurate. You have to be right on top of it. And it's not picking up, not sensitive enough for that one. This one for my Bose soundbar sends off a lot of good signal. Let's see, I'll grab another one for my TV. And it's picking that up too. See the way it pulses? So you can see it's actually working. But you really do have to get dead on top of it. Let me try this one. Try to shroud the sensor. Let me back off a little bit. Try to shroud the sensor completely with my hands. No, it's not picking that one up. Make sure it's actually working. No, it's working. But this sensor is just not picking this one up. I don't know if it's a different color or not. So it works okay. But again, you have to be really right on top of it. So it's a good kit. I think it demonstrates very well some concepts that you can see in the schematic. Let me light this back up again. We've got the power switch, which with a current limiting resistor to turn the powered LED on. Then the photo transistor, when it gets light, it allows current to flow, and that'll trigger this transistor to flow, making this transistor flow through this voltage divider and another one, and then driving the 4 LEDs. So it's a good little kit. It just really, if you want to use it, you got to get right on top of that photo transistor. So just be patient with it if your youngster is playing with this. But it's a good kit, from another good one from Velleman, and I hope you enjoyed the video.